Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to set up the ZestFi Income and Expense Tracker. This tutorial is assuming that you have already made a purchase of the tracker. If you haven't done so, simply go to zestfi.io and you can find the tracker right here, and it takes you to the Gumroad page and you can make the purchase there. Once you have made a purchase, you have access to a PDF file in which you can find a link to copy the template. Once you click on the link, you will see this screen right here. The first step is to click make a copy. It will save the copy to your Google Drive. So make sure that you're logged into the Google account that you intend to use this template with. So once the file is saved, you see this welcome page. So the first thing to do is to click on the Run Authorization button. So this is to authorize the app script that comes with this sheet and allows it to run on this sheet. And don't worry, it's not going to mess with your account because all the functions are designed for this sheet only. Okay, so this is the typical warning from Google because the script is not written by Google themselves. So just click on Advanced and then scroll down and click on the link at the bottom. And then click Continue. And then click on Allow. Okay, this part is done. You don't have to worry about authorizing the script ever again. The next thing to do is to go to Ref, which is on the right. Now, as you can see on my page, this tab is already populated with all the data that this sheet needs. However, for your account, you'll probably see a blank screen. And that's because you haven't allowed this sheet to fetch the necessary data in order for it to run properly. Simply go to cell A1 and you will see the pop-up on the right and then click Allow Access. So once you click on it, it will populate the page with the correct data. And once you see this screen right here, you can safely hide the Ref tab by right-clicking and click on Hide Sheets. Okay, so once you're done, you can now customize the sheets according to your personal needs. I would actually like to show you the main features of these sheets. So here you see a very nice dashboard that shows you all the important information about all of your income and expenses. And there's a nice feature called the hide balance information. So once you clicked it, it hides all the actual numbers. This could be useful when you're presenting your information to someone and you don't want to show all of your figures. Let's take a look at the year breakdown. So personally, I find this really helpful and I use it a lot. This is basically a breakdown of all of your income and expenses by category within a particular year. And on the right, you can select which year you want to see. So for example, let's go to 2024. Okay. And all of your expense and income categories are sorted according to the subtotal. So you can see which of your expense categories is the largest. And then let's go to Flex Queries. So this is a tool that allows you to make queries into your transactions and you can really get into the granular details of your transactions. So for example, you can customize the reporting period. So in this case, I would like to see all of my transactions from the 5th of September 2023 to the 1st of February 2024. And I would like to sort my transactions according to the final amount in my home currency so that I can see the largest transactions on top. And also you can filter your data according to payment method, currency category, and subcategory. Let's say I only want to see my expenses that are car related. So just use this drop-down menu and you can see all the categories. Now, of course, you can customize your own category. It doesn't have to be the same as this dummy data here. You can replace all the dummy data and input your own data. And I'm going to show you how in a moment. So first, let's click on car in order to see all the car-related expenses. Okay, so maybe I want to change the end date to today, which if you want to set the date range from a certain day to today, you can actually use the formula today. So just type $sign and then today, open and close bracket. All right, so you can see more car-related expenses here. And then lifelong view basically shows you all of your income and expenses in aggregate over time. You can really see some long-term trends here if you are consistent in recording all of your income and expenses on these sheets. And then there's also the expense input form and recurring transactions input form, which I'm going to go into detail in a moment. But first, let's go to the settings page. All right. So in order to personalize this sheets, the first thing is to set your home currency. So in this case, it's US dollar, but you can choose whatever currency that is your home currency. And then there's a notification settings because these sheets actually can send you email reminders of upcoming payments. You can also create Google Calendar events of upcoming payments. So by clicking these two buttons, you enable it. However, there's another step that needs to be done, which is to set up the trigger. So to do that, I'll go to the extensions menu and then go to app scripts. And then on the left, you have this hidden menu and then go to triggers. On the bottom right, click add trigger. So first, let's enable the email notification. Using this drop-down menu and scroll down, you will see send email notification. Click on this. And then go to select event source, click on time driven, and this drop down menu, click on month timer, and then click save. So this basically tells the template to send you email reminders on the first of every month and notifying you about the upcoming payments of the coming month. All right, and let's add trigger again. So this time we're going to add trigger for the Google Calendar event. Let's select create upcoming payment tasks, and then for event source, just click on time driven. For the hour timer, select month timer and then click save. All right, so now you have properly set up the email notification and also Google Calendar events. So you can close this window and go back to the settings page. Here is all the expense categories. You can personalize that, so you can select all the categories in the green cells and then simply delete them, or you can modify them. As a general rule, only edit cells that are highlighted in green and leave the other cells untouched because those cells might contain formulas. If you edit those cells, some formulas might be overwritten and the template might not work. Okay, and then let's go to subcategory. This is totally optional. You don't have to subcategorize everything. But for me, I find this useful when, for example, I go to a vacation. I want to single out all my vacation spending because I want to see how much I've spent in a trip. Let's scroll down. So here you can set up your income category. Again, this is optional. Some people might just want to use this template for expenses and not income. However, it is still recommended that you put in some sort of numbers here in order for this sheet to work properly. And then go to payment method settings. This is basically a list of all of your payment methods. Now, bank transfer and cash, of course, are the most basic way people transfer money. So they will always be here. For the active from column, I'll just put the date of the earliest expense you want to record here. Let's go to 2022. So this is all dummy data. You can clear this sheet of data by clicking on the clear entries button. Confirm that you want to clear all the entries on this sheet. All right, you have a clean slate to start with. So I want to show you how you can input your expense here. It's the 5th of January, 2022. This is called example. And the remarks, you can just leave it blank if you don't have any remarks. And then for payment method, let's select bank transfer. And then amount, it's 100. And then category, let's say this is groceries. Now, if your transaction is made in any currency other than your home currency, you need to expand this table, click on the plus sign, which reveals a few more columns. The first column is for you to change the currency to whatever currency you like. So let's say this transaction is actually made in Hong Kong dollars. So just type HKD. Now you have an option to specify the exchange rate on the day when the transaction is made. However, if you don't want to do that, this sheet actually fetches the historical exchange rate according to the date that you've entered here. So the sheet calculates the amount in your home currency here. And if you think this is inaccurate, you want to make changes to it, you can actually specify the final amount right here. So let's say if the final amount is actually 12.85, and this column will correct itself. Now I would like to show you the expense input form. If you only want to enter one specific transaction and you don't want to deal with an entire table, this input form will be quite useful. Let's try entering an expense entry here. So let's say the date is the 10th of May 2022 and description is test. And then payment method, let's do MasterCard HSBC, amount is $60. And category, maybe it's medical related. You have the option to customize the currency if this is a foreign transaction, but in this case we're just going to stick with USD. So click enter, and then you go back to the 2022 sheet and scroll to the bottom of that table. You will see that the data that you have just entered appears in the sheet right now. What if you want to enter recurrent transactions? For example, your phone bill, you can go to the recurring transactions input form. So this form can generate a series of transactions based on the criteria that you enter. So let's pretend that we're trying to enter our phone bill for the year 2024. Select expense. So let's say the phone bill is charged on the 8th of January of 2024. You can specify the end date. However, I would prefer to use frequency and specify how many occurrences there are for this transaction. It's a monthly charge, and there will be 12 occurrences. And already you see in this table a list of all the dates in which you will be charged for your phone bill. In the description, just type in phone bill. And then for payment method, it's a bank transfer, amount 20, category would be a subscription, but you can customize your own category. And then for a subcategory, I'm just going to leave that blank. It's not a custom currency, so I'm going to leave that blank. Now, if you want to make some remarks, you can easily do that. So for example, bill number 1 to 12. So simply type bill number, and then you will see remarks begin with bill number 0. But I want the number to start with 1, so just type 1 here. I think I'm pretty happy with that. But in case you want to further customize the remarks, you can do so here. You can add a prefix or suffix to remarks, or you can manually type each remark if you want to. But I think I'm just going to go with this right here. And then after everything is correctly entered, you can click this enter button, and then you go to the 2024 sheet, scroll to the bottom. All the information has just been copied. So that's basically it. If you have any questions, you can email admin@zestfi.io, and I'll be there to answer questions. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.